Very prominent Niger Delta monarch is Royal Majesty King Obugogo Monday Arthur Whiskey JP, PhD, Odure I, OV of Great Idjerhe Kingdom in Native West Local Government Area of Delta State, has lamented the incessant insecurity in the country, citing attacks and adoption of traditional royal fathers as disturbing. The monarch, while speaking to newsmen in his maiden press conference of 2024, highlighted the hardship in the Nigerian economy as one of his worst since the existence of the country, thereby calling on the President Bola Tinubu-led administration to fashion out ways to curtail the insecurity and hunger that is causing massive unrest in Nigeria. The king, a strong advocate for the emancipation of the Niger Delta region, also called on the president to facilitate the relocation of head offices of oil companies to the Niger Delta, where they get their raw materials, as it would not only reduce their daily expenses, but is very necessary as it would aid the smooth running of operations.
Happy New Year and welcome to this maiden edition of my press conference in the year 2024. I've been having sleepless nights over the state of insecurity in our dear country. And I believe that it is time we look at these issues holistically. Insecurity is beginning to assume a dangerous dimension that royal fathers have been adopted and murdered. We have now left the stage of bandits going to harass people, kill people in their farmland, to royal fathers driving in federal government highways and been adopted by self-styled bandits and murdered. I'm strongly believing that they are doing this to provoke national chaos, to provoke national reactions, to provoke ethnic reactions. Because you cannot wake up and invade a region of this country and senselessly begin to kill their royal fathers. The royal institutions all over the world is a sacred institution. So I strongly believe that it's time for government to attack insecurity before insecurity consumes the entire nation. Take for instance, there is hardly any forest in the country today that are not being occupied by this foreign element. We call them foreign element because the few that have been arrested, from their English and everything about them, you know that these are not Nigerians. And we cannot continue to keep quiet while people from strange land come to desecrate our royal institution, desecrate our farmland, maim and kill our people unchallenged. Take the case of Robo Nation today, where a lot of kingdoms, people are now staying indoors. They cannot access their farmland because some individuals have taken over their farmland. Uweru is becoming a no man's land, a no-go area, that 3 armed police officers who went on rescue were themselves kidnapped, and not to date, I am not sure there is any tangible information, with their arms. So I'm using the opportunity to call on the federal government to act urgently, to act proactively, convocate a very serious security conference where this issue will be put on the front burner, because it will be suicidal for us to keep quiet and they overwhelm us. The hardship in the land has no respect for grade, has no respect for color, has no respect for tribe, has no respect for religion. The traditional rulers are also hungry. But that is not to say that those of the traditional rulers will be as harsh as that of a lesser privilege. But I want to believe and strongly advise that the earlier the government of the day wake up to his corporate social responsibility, because one of the corporate social responsibility of government to his people is food sustainability. So if our people are no longer able to feed themselves, perhaps as a result of the occupation of farmland by strange element, government need to holistically look at the possibility of cleaning our farmland, our forests, so that our people can go back to their farm. Two, government need to have, there is price control. Today, you can no longer drive on 2 cars for a ceremony that is 100 kilometers without spending 200,000 cash to fuel the 2 cars of any car, of any type. And so, government has to be proactive, because the uprising that is coming now, that you see people is now begin to look from state to state, we should address it now before it goes out of hand. Government should bring out measures, palliative measures, that will address the food scarcity in our land. Everybody is involved. Everybody is being affected. So, government, as a father of the nation, should urgently go to the drawing board and find acceptable solution to this hardship before it goes out of hand. Oil companies' headquarters being outside the shores of the Niger Delta, the president took one of the boldest steps recently when he directed certain departments of the Central Bank of Nigeria to relocate to Lagos, because in the first place, they have no reason being in Abuja. All banks' headquarters are in Lagos, and you put departments of the CBN that monitor banks' operation, compliance and other in Abuja, and it's costing so much money to go and supervise bank operation in Lagos from Abuja on weekly basis, on daily basis. Aviation headquarters are in Abuja. You want in Lagos, you want to control them from Abuja. It's costing so much. The same should apply to oil multinationals. Your operations are in the Niger Delta. It's costing so much for you to monitor your operations from Abuja and Lagos. It is cheaper and wiser for the oil multinational to relocate to the Niger Delta. One, to help monitor their facilities in the Niger Delta, and also ensure that what is needed to be done to improve the living standard of the Niger Deltans are carried out. You cannot be flying shopper to the high sea to do operation when these same measures can be taken from Warri, can be taken from Port Harcourt, can be taken from Uyo. It doesn't make sense. It is not economically reasonable again for oil companies to operate from foreign land and begin to monitor what is happening in their facilities. So I am using this medium to call on Mr. President to ensure that the local content policy of the federal government is operated to the later world by ensuring that oil multinational relocates their operational base to where the crude oils are, to where the gas resources are. It is more expensive to operate from another land, to operate from outside the areas. Look at the size of NNPC office in Warri. Look at the size of share office in Warri. You left all those facilities and begin to go and rent people's facility in other land to monitor what you are doing in your place. It's not economically reasonable. So these are my thoughts this morning.
I am Rero Henry Akbos, and this is Rero TV. Thank you for watching.